it's Amy from Mother Goose Librarian, and today I wanted to share with you some books, picture books about Pura Belpré. And if you're not sure who she is, then you definitely need to read these books. The first one is, the book is called Pura's Cuentos, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it means stories. How Pura Belpré reshaped libraries with her stories. And the author is Annette Bay Pimentel, and the illustrator is Magali Morales. And this one was published in 2021. So this is a new release. And the artwork is just stunning. If you take a look at the case cover, you can get a little sneak peek about Pura Belpré. And her stories are, she was a storyteller and a librarian who came from Puerto Rico originally. And in New York City in the early 1920s, she found a job working for the New York Public Library as a librarian and a storyteller. Technically, she was a library assistant, but what she did was help to bring in students and children and adults who were non-English speakers, specifically Spanish-speaking students. She also spoke, I believe it was French, and I think it was in here that I did read that it was French. And it's an incredible story about her life. So it's a picture book biography, very short and sweet, but it is a beautiful one. And another picture book biography about Pura Belpré that you might be a little bit more familiar with is, this one is called Planting Stories, The Life of Librarian and Storyteller Pura Belpré. And Planting Stories was written by Anika Aldemayu. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right either. Denise, I can get the last name correctly. Paola Escobar is the illustrator. And this one was out in 2019. And this one may look a little bit more familiar to you, Planting Stories. This one also has some stunning artwork, great illustrations on the end pages. And I'm pretty sure the case cover, nope, the case cover also is different than the jacket. And this is another story about Pura Belpré's life and how she changed libraries and opened up libraries to a whole new community of Spanish speakers. And in this one you learn basically the same information, but of course it's told in a different way, and there are different illustrations. And this is a beautiful story. And they also talk about how Pura Belpré was honored by naming a library award after her. One of the American Library Association has an award called the Pura Belpré Award for Latinx authors and illustrators. So you learn about that in one of her biographies also. And finally, I have another book about Pura Belpré, but it's not mostly about Pura Belpré. This is called The Storyteller's Candle, and this is by Lucia Gonzalez and illustrated by Lulu DeClaire. And in this particular one, this is a story that was published in 2008, and one of the interesting things about this book is that it's told in both Spanish and in English. So you can read it in English as well as Spanish, which is pretty cool. And this is a story about a family in New York City who came from Puerto Rico, just as Pura Belpré had. And they're missing their home island of Puerto Rico and missing that Three Kings Day, the celebration of Three Kings Day. And when they learn that there are Spanish-speaking librarians in the library, which is Pura, as well as books that the people can check out in Spanish, they come to the library, and the children learn that by going to a school one day and hearing Pura come and tell stories in Spanish or Spanish folktales. And she did do some Spanish storytelling as well as in English. And excuse me, this one is also, the children end up putting on a play and celebrating Three Kings Day in the library, which is very exciting for the families. So this is a great story, which does also highlight Pura Belpré. All 3 books do have back matter explaining some more information about Pura. And some really cool information I learned in this particular book called The Storyteller's Candle is about the artwork and how some of the artwork was done using collage material, specifically newspaper clippings from the New York Times in 1930s. And here's an example of one of the illustrations. Oh, I just had it. Where did it go? Ah, right here. You can see the newspaper in the collage work of this particular illustration. And the Storyteller's Candle also won a Pura Belpré award, and you can see the award sticker right there. And it was given to, this is an honor, Pura Belpré honor, not the exact winner, the gold medal winner. This is the silver honor medal. So I thought that was pretty cool that it won an award. So if you are interested in learning more about Pura Belpré, the librarian who came to the United States from Puerto Rico and helped change the world of libraries for Spanish-speaking communities, I highly suggest you check out these 3 books about Pura Belpré: The Storyteller's Candle, Planting Stories, and Pura's Cuentos. And of course, I know I'm probably pronouncing that word wrong, but it's her stories. So I hope you enjoyed this book talk, and I look forward to having you stop by and see more of my book talks, and I will be back very soon. Happy day and happy reading.